Hi, Tammy from Tammy Fogarty Nutrition and Wellness, and you know it is my favorite day of the week. It's Q&A Thursday, and I had a great question from Megan because a couple weeks ago I shared with you my peanut butter protein poppers, and she liked them but is not a huge fan of honey, and she's a little bit concerned with the concentrated sugars. So she asked if there was an alternative, and so I do have a new modified recipe. I love this one. It's my chocolate cherry energy bites, and it's amazing. If you love chocolate covered cherries, this recipe is for you. If you don't like cherries, you can modify it, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. So this recipe is super simple to make. It is a great post-workout little snack. So last week I talked to you about having protein within 90 minutes of a workout, and some people don't have time necessarily to make a meal. So if you need to grab something on the go, this is a great option because it has nuts in it, and nuts are a great source of protein. So I just came back from a yoga class. I'm gonna make this. It's a great snack for the kiddos because you can make this in under 10 minutes. Let me show you how to do it. All right, ingredients, super simple. It's a half a cup of everything. Well, almost a half a cup. So we're gonna start with a half a cup of raw cashews and a half a cup of raw almonds. Now the reason why we use raw is because we wanted to have a softer consistency, and I love raw nuts because they are loaded with nutrients. They're not fried, there's no salt added to them. They're in their natural state. So this is how Mother Nature intended you to eat these. You should eat them as natural as possible. They have a lot of enzymes, and enzymes help us with digestion. So give these a try. They're crunchy, they're delicious. If you saw Follow Nutrition Tammy, I gave you a recipe for a vegan Caesar salad, which is amazing. I hope you made it, but it does call for raw cashews to make the salad dressing. You can soak these little wonderful things in water overnight, and then the next day drain them, put them in a blender, and it makes a really great creamy salad dressing that is natural. There's no oil or anything in it. So give it a try. All right, back to my cherry poppers here. All right, so we got our raw nuts. We also have a half a cup of cherries. So these are dried cherries. I like to have the cherries because they're just awesome. Cherries are really great for you. They're a great antioxidant. If you are a runner, there is research that shows consuming tart cherries after a run helps to decrease inflammation. So these are dried cherries. They're really big. They're bigger than raisins. Let me show you what the package looks like. I just picked these up at the grocery store. So just dried cherries. Try to find ones that are not sweetened. This one is sweetened because I didn't have unsweetened, but if you can find it, bonus. The less sugar you have in your diet, the better. This recipe has no added sugar, so everything is naturally sweetened because of the fruit, except for the little added sugar that's in these cherries. But other than that, everything is natural. Now there is also dates in this recipe. So in place of honey, we're going to use dates. Now because we're using whole dates, there's some fiber in here, and fiber does help control blood sugar. So if you are diabetic, this could be a really great option for you. So these are the dates. They're called medjool dates. And again, I just got these at the grocery store, and I do not buy them pitted because they're more expensive. And let me show you how easy it is to take the pit out of the date, because yes, there is a little pit in there. All you do, here's what the date looks like whole. All you do is you rip this bad boy open. This is the seed right here. You pull it out, easy breezy, pitted date. It'll save you a few dollars. So we're going to add all of this to a high-speed blender. I forgot the most important ingredient because I love chocolate. Raw cacao. So I also use this with the peanut butter protein bites because I just said it, I love chocolate. Now, raw cacao is not sweet, so don't confuse cocoa powder with cacao. This comes from the cacao plant, and it's unprocessed cacao powder. So it has that chocolatey flavor, but it doesn't have all the sugar and whatever else they put in cocoa powder. It's not sweet, but because we have the natural sweetness from our other ingredients, it'll taste sweet. It gives you that natural chocolatey flavor without all the extra chemicals and preservatives or whatever they put in cocoa powder. So raw cacao, awesome. It has a lot of zinc, it's a superfood, it has a lot of antioxidants. So everything in this recipe has a purpose in your body. Protein, fiber, natural sugars, antioxidants. What more can you ask for? Let me show you how to assemble it. It's super, super easy. So I'm going to grab my blender here. I just have a Vitamix blender. You can use any high-speed blender, or you can use a food processor, which works even better. All you're going to do is add the nuts to it, and you're gonna pulse this until like it makes like a meal consistency, like a fine meal. Let me show you what I mean. So it's gonna get a little loud. Hang with me for just a moment. You want to make sure you don't grind it so much that it turns into like a nut butter consistency. You don't want that. You want more of a granular consistency. So I need to pulse this a little bit more. Give me 1 more minute, and then we're going to add the rest of the ingredients to it and pulse it all together except for the cherries. We're going to leave the cherries in last. And if you want it a little bit more chunky, you can definitely make it chunky, but let me show you what this looks like. It's just a fine meal consistency. Easy as that. All right, so I'm gonna add these dates to it. I'm also going to add a pinch of salt. Now you can leave the salt out. What the salt does, it just kind of brings all the flavors together. Literally a little pinch, that's all you need. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of the cacao. Now if you want it really super chocolatey, you can add a little extra. Tablespoon is like a little chocolatey. I'm gonna add a big old heaping tablespoon because I love chocolate. I keep telling you that, it's true. Let's add a little extra. Again, there's no sugar in here, so it's good, it's healthy, it's good for you. Moms, add it to your kids' oatmeal, whatever they need to make something chocolatey. If you wanna sneak some healthy food into them, add this, it's great for them. All right, I'm gonna add this back to the blender and pulse it a little bit more. Now I already made a pre-batch so you don't have to sit there and listen to my blender. So let me move this out of the way and show you what it looks like when it is all ground up. So again, the consistency is like this. It's a little bit sticky. All right, so if you find that you make it and it's not sticky enough, like you should use about 7 or 8 of the dates, but if you find that you can't pack it together, add another date or 2 to the mixture so that it can crumble and make this consistency. All right, now I'm gonna add the cherries to it. And you can add any other ingredients that you want to it, like coconut would be really, really good in this. If you would rather have like chocolate chips, you can buy cacao nibs, which are little chocolate chips, but they're still made out of cacao. So if you don't want the cacao powder, you can try that. Anything you want. You can add cranberries if you don't like cranberries. I'm sorry, if you don't like cherries. You can add blueberries. If you don't want as much sweetness, you can maybe add some bananas. Now it's not going to be as sticky, so the honey or the dates makes it stick together. So you need to have something that's a little bit sticky to work with, but maybe you do like 1 banana and half the amount of the dates and give it a try. Just play with it, see what you come up with. So I'm going to roll this into a little ball. And there you have it. So don't mind my messy fingers, but you've got here a chocolate cherry energy bite. Again, loaded with protein, fiber, antioxidants. Now I store these in the freezer because again, these are made with raw nuts. So they're good, healthy, essential fatty acids. They go rancid pretty quickly, meaning that they can go bad if you leave them out. And these are gonna be soft, so you want them to have a little bit more consistency to them. So I like to store them in the freezer. You'll make about 15 of these depending on how big you make them. Store them in the freezer or the refrigerator if you don't want to wait for them to defrost. They literally take like 10 seconds to defrost, so it's not a big deal, but they do hold their shape and consistency better if you freeze them, and they will stay fresher longer. So that's it, my friends. In under 10 minutes, you have an awesome snack. Make it for the kiddos. Let me know what you think. And if you want more of my recipes, click on the link above to sign up for Follow Nutrition Tammy. You'll get my weekly nutrition plan. If you want to eat like a nutritionist, you should follow one. So follow me. I share everything with you. It's free. And if you share any of my posts, I will enter you into a drawing to win a free nutrition consultation. So once a month, I offer free nutrition consultation. I actually did one today for Dawn, who won last month's. So have a beautiful day, eat healthy, and I will see you Monday for Motivational Monday. Have a great one, everybody. Bye.